Hi YouTube, as you can see this is definitely not Jakar Pale. My name's Richard Tipton. I'm one of his teammates and he asked me today to do an interesting deck profile that this is my current tournament deck and he just played it today, so he wanted me to show you guys a little bit of a deck profile on it. So here we go. This is Hazy Flame Beast King. So let's start off with the monsters. The first monster I use, which is pretty much one of the MVPs of the deck, is Hazy Flame Griffin. Now with Hazy Flame Griffin, he can show up out of nowhere and come out as long as I've only used fires. It only gets complicated late game because that's when I start bringing out like non-fire exceeds, but he's pretty much the star of the deck. Then I have two Hazy Flame Manticore. Manticore is mainly just a target, but he can run around on his own because he can't be targeted. And then if I get rid of a fire from my field or hand, then he can't go anywhere. He can't be destroyed by card effects either. So this is the true star of the deck. I mean, Griffin's cool, but this is the guy that once he drops, this is the one that normally gets warninged or bottomless, and he's just too good. Hazy Flame Periton. He's the only Hazy other than Griffin that I run 3 of. Periton opens up for the big plays. I have to correct because I do run another one of 3, but I drop a fire from my hand, and then I can bring out 2 Hazy Flames from my deck. That gives me 3 monsters on the field. He has no restriction on that other than it can only be used. The effective Periton can only be used once per turn. I drop Periton, I discard and bring out 2 monsters. They can all attack that turn, and I can bring out any Hazy Flames. So I can bring out Manticore, I can bring out Cerberus, I can bring out Sphinx, I can bring out anything, and they can still attack. Next card is Hazy Flame Sphinx. She allows me to bring out a monster on luck, but if knowing my deck's card ratio, spell trap monster ratio, and what I've already used, it's pretty simple to guess what I'm going to get. So you call a card, mill it, and if it's the right type of card you called, you special a fire from your hand or grave. So she's just amazing. Cerberus is a summon. You could drop him just a normal summon, and he has 1,000 attack, and he has the can't be targeted. By the way, something I haven't said, no Hazy Flames can be targeted by card effect. So, now for the non-Hazy monsters, I run 2 Goka, the Pyre of Malice. He's just too good to not run in any fire deck other than Fire Fist, even though I've seen him run around in Fire Fists before. And Fire King High Avatar Garunix. This guy steals games for me. I mean, you can Mirror Force all you want. He's gonna come back.
Pain in the butt.
He's never going anywhere. Even if you banish him, I found ways to bring him back after being banished. So, now for the traps, 2 Hazy Glory. It allows me to summon Hazies with no tribute, and if it's sent to the grave, I can even send it to the grave myself. I can add a Hazy from my grave back to my hand. So any Hazy card, so I can get my pillar back. This is my tech trap, Icarus attack, because 90% of the Hazies in my deck are Winged Beast, so I can just get rid of him and destroy 2, but Jakar can vouch, I hardly ever use it.
Yeah.
2 Bottomless, Starlight just in case. I mean, normally I don't need it, but Judgment, Call the Haunted. I might put another one in, but I like the 1 for now. Double D Prison, and 2 Tyrannial. Tyrannial also helps me steal games with Garunix. So, now for the spells, Reborn, Whole, Heavy.
The Holy Trio.
The Holy Trio. Avi, which I'm really surprised he didn't get hit, so I'm going to keep using it. 1 Circle of the Fire Kings. This is one people are confused. I only run 1 of. A lot of people say 2, even 3. I like the 1. I hardly ever use it, and it's a dodge card for me mainly. 2 Onslaught. This is another game steal card. Like, if I have nothing and I rip into this card, I activate it and get a Garunix. And then at the end of the turn, Garunix will be destroyed. So the next day on my phase, I wipe out my opponent's monsters and have a 2800 monster running around. So it's cool. And my last card in the main, 3 Hazy Pillar. This card is probably the most important Hazy support card because you activate it. Now it's the same thing as Pillar. You can summon without a tribute, or not Pillar, but Glory. You can summon without a tribute now, and summoning without the tribute, it's something that's important to be able to do. And following that, I can reattach cards to my Exceed monsters, reattach Hazies. So, Alright, now for the extra deck. The extra deck is in progress, so if you guys have any recommendations whatsoever, tell me. I mean, I know I need to get Thunder Charger, but right now this is the extra deck. I only have 7 cards in the extra deck because I can't think of anything. Triple Basiltrice. This is the card's boss monster. One interesting thing about him is you can use up to 5 monsters to play him. So, say I only have 2 Hazys, I could put them on 3, 4, 5. No matter how many I have, he can come out, except for 1. But, so, this guy is a Fire BLS. I can detach 1 from him and banish from the field, but what makes him better than BLS, I could banish from the grave. And that's just, it helps. And he has other effects too. If I have 3 or more on him, he gains 200 for each. If I have 4, he can't be targeted by anything. And if I have 5, he can't be destroyed by card effect. So if I have 5 on him, he's running around pretty much indestructible. Unless you can get out a higher than 3,500 monster. Heliopolis, just because if I can get 2 Garunixes. Strike Bouncer, I'm probably going to put 2 more in, maybe 1 more. It's just there. I only bring him out at the end of the game if I haven't won yet. So, Swordbreaker, just for the Prophecy or 6 Samurai or anything that only runs 1 type of monster. And Stardust Dragon for the road. Alright, the last part is my side deck. Now, my side deck is still somewhat of a work in progress. It's just basic stuff right now. There's only a couple cards that aren't really basic. So, for monsters first, Tragodia, Kaiku, 2 DD Crow, and 2 Valor. Just there. I mean, there's not much else to say about it. Valor for a lot of decks. I'm not going to be as worried now that Wind-Up's gone, though. Crow for the Chaos Dragon decks that run around. Same with Kaiku. And then Tragodia, if I keep having nothing and they have ways to just control my field too much, I'll have to use Tragodia. I'll side it in. Traps. Mind Crush for Dark World, Wind Up, whatever I know is going to be searching. Rebound for decks that have a lot of back row hate. Normally I'll side it in every game because once they see it's Hazy, they side in their Dust Tornadoes, their MSTs. So I always put Rebound in, especially if I know that they're going to start back row hate. Then I go 2 Gravity Bind because I'm always exceeding. This is mainly Chaos Dragon hate or like big monster decks. I don't worry about having it out because I'll just exceed. 2 Soul Taker, my MST, and Scapegoat. So that's the deck. I hope you guys like it. Come check out my channel. I don't have much up there.